Your characters are iconic everywhere. Comics, films, TV series, and you're the younger version of them all.
Oh, thank you.
Well, yes, let's say that. So what were your first impression when you were first casted for these?
Abject terror, I think. All three of us, abject terror, of course. But of course a great sense of honour and a great sense of duty. I mean, there's 76 years of mythology, about 77 years of mythology of Batman. So rather large shoes to fill, but we started from a point which you'd never seen these characters before. So in a way it was very sort of liberating and exciting.
Yeah, I was actually really, the way that TV's kind of set up, it's not like doing film or theater where you have a script and you're like, oh, this is my character, I understand. You know, we were getting script by script by script, and some of us were further along than others. I was quite underdeveloped, so it was even more terrifying when I'm like, okay, I actually don't really have answers here. Like a lot of this is just going to be, you know, trusting that researching the character and saying like, okay, this is the physicality of this person, and this is why, and this is how I see a general evolution. But it's really waiting for the writers and the producers to kind of grant me evidence of who this person is and like hand events, and I'm like surprised by them and I respond to them. And so it's been building Edward, you know, step by step, which has been quite a joy, really.
I mean, again, what Sean said, what you want to do is you want to honor the material. It's so important to so many people, and then the fans of Batman are very, very passionate. You know, these are characters that people grew up with, that, you know, have been part of their lives, and the fans themselves take so much ownership over these characters that, you know, when I got this job, it was like, oh my goodness, I don't want to let anyone down, and, you know, and there was some skepticism about what we were trying to do with the show, but just being able to transcend that and present what we have presented, we all feel extremely proud about it. So yeah, it's been incredible.
Are you feeling uncomfortable now that the first series was a huge success? So, you know, you're still...
Yeah, we were very, very proud of the first series, of course, but I think if the truth be told, we were, I think we were on episode 11 when we heard that we'd been recommissioned. We actually handed another sort of 6 more episodes, which put panic and fear into the writer's room, as you can imagine. But, you know, so when we started season 2, we actually feel like we embody our world now, that we have more of a sort of a confident gait as opposed to arrogant swagger, if that makes sense. And it's a strange analogy, but
we've learned how to dance.
But it also gives, I think, the audience now accept our interpretation of Gotham, and the fact I think they enjoy seeing our characters intertwine and cross and meet.
What it is the things you like most in your character? Because now has become part of you, I guess. I don't know, like you're doing it for so long.
Yeah, well, I mean, something that just kind of reflects my life. I mean, I think Edward is constantly surprised by his capacity, and what I love so much is like the Riddler has this glee and joy about him that I embrace, and so anytime that he gets like, he's so kind of overwhelmed by this, like, by how brilliant he is. It's so kind of like delicious to relish that. That's my favorite thing about him.
Did you base your character on someone specifically, or it was just a whole idea of the Penguin that was in your mind, or you had some guidelines, basically?
Our scripts are so beautifully written, and the characters are so beautifully, richly drawn by Bruno Heller and by Danny Cannon and the rest of our writers, that when, you know, I was given the material on the page, I knew exactly what direction they wanted to take the character. I mean, obviously, we're all influenced by different things, you know, that we've read throughout our lives, the things that we have seen, but nothing was based directly on anything else. I mean, I could, you know, list some influences that I've had, but really it all just sort of comes together. And again, my biggest inspiration is what our wonderful writers have written down for us. It's just very clear and very beautiful. So I feel very honored to be able to work on their material.